Do you guys think that every household in America should receive a $1,000 stimulus check every 2 weeks for the next 2 months? That would come to approximately $2,000 a month. Would you be happy with this stimulus amount with the understanding that you have to spend it and not save it? So guys, you would have to put the money back into the economy by paying your bills, buying groceries, going out to eat. But if this was the only requirement, would you be in favor of it? I don't know about you, but I definitely would be in favor of a proposal like this, and I would feel good knowing that this $2,000 a month that I'm spending is going to help to support small businesses and provide a job and livelihood for my fellow Americans. With millions of Americans unemployed and thousands of businesses permanently closed across the United States, many financial experts have said that more stimulus is needed in order for us to have a solid economic recovery. Matter of fact, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell has consistently stated week after week, and just this week in his testimony to Congress, that the federal government needs to pass more stimulus very soon. To be honest guys, I am just feeling sick and tired and just frustrated of all the back and forth that's been going on for months now. Meanwhile, millions of Americans are struggling to pay rent, struggling to pay their mortgage, struggling to put food on the table, while the politicians continue to bicker and go back and forth. By the way guys, if you're enjoying the video so far, please be sure to hit that like button. It goes a very long way and helping to support and grow the channel so that YouTube can push this video out to a wider audience. Alright guys, so Mark Cuban, self-made billionaire and investor on ABC Shark Tank and owner of the Dallas Mavericks, has stated that we need just as much stimulus now as we did at the start of the pandemic. He says Congress should give every American, regardless of their income, $1,000 every 2 weeks for the next 2 months. Mark Cuban states that there are two economies or two sets of realities right now. One for those who are able to stay afloat and one for those who are unable to do so. Those without help are struggling badly. We need to get them help. Comment below, WhatJoe. What do you guys think about his statement about two separate economies and two sets of realities within the United States right now? To be honest, WhatJoe, I think he's 100% accurate in his assessment of our current economic situation. Those who are most well off and those who have a ton of money in the stock market right now have done well during this pandemic, while many small business owners and those who work in the hospitality industry, travel industry, retail industry, restaurants, and in lieu of other small businesses have been crushed and just wiped out during this crisis. I personally have friends and family who work in this industry. Many of them have been laid off temporarily or permanently, and it's been hard. It is hard not knowing whether or not you're going to be able to pay your bills and keep a roof over your head. It's hard not knowing if your job is going to come back or if you're going to have to start over in a completely different career field. Now, Cuban says that all American households, no matter their income level, should receive a $1,000 stimulus check every 2 weeks for the next 2 months. Now, he actually proposed this idea in May and says, I still believe in doing it the same exact way today. He also states that families would have to spend each check within 10 days or they would lose the money. So it's essentially a use it or lose it approach. Now he wants to do it this way because he says it would be beneficial, it would promote spending, which would help businesses stay open and stimulate our economy. Comment below, WhatJoe. What do you guys think about this proposal? Now for myself, I definitely think it's an interesting idea, although I'm not sure how you'd be able to enforce people spending it. I do, however, like the idea of putting the money directly into the economy to help support small businesses and jobs. I also think it would give Americans breathing room. I'm just not sure how you'd be able to force people into spending it versus saving it or using it for some other purpose. In regards to Americans spending the stimulus check, he stated it could be candy, it could be rent, it could be their mortgage, it could be anything they deem necessary or what they want. So based on what he's proposing, guys, it seems like you would have a lot of flexibility on what you spend the money on. I think that the biggest point is that you want to spend the money and not save it or invest it. Now, I personally think that an extra $2,000 a month would go a very long way in helping the average American pay their rent, their mortgage, cover transportation costs, put food on the table, and other basic necessities. Now, without requiring the money be spent within 10 days of receiving it, Mark Cuban believes that many Americans will just save it. He states that people are uncertain about their future, so rather than spending, they save. Now, there is data to support this claim, guys. According to the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, the personal savings rates within the United States hit a record high this past April. The whole goal is to get the money money every 2 weeks into the economy, he says. Once businesses start having demand, even if they're closed and working online, then there's a reason for them to be able to bring back employees and retain those employees if demand is sustained. Mark Cuban acknowledged that this plan will be very expensive and costly to implement, but states that it will allow for demand for non-essential products and services to increase, hopefully keeping most businesses alive. Now, although it would be very expensive to implement, many economists and stimulus supporters such as Federal Chairman Jerome Powell have said that we are in very unique times and we really can't put a price tag on our economic recovery. Alright guys, so you may be wondering where things stand now. I've been doing my best to keep you guys up to date with the latest on stimulus negotiations and the status of a second stimulus check and a second stimulus package. That being said, guys, Congress has yet to agree on a second stimulus package. Earlier this month, Senate Republicans failed to advance their skinny bill, as congressional Democrats said that bill did not provide enough relief for Americans. House Democrats reaffirmed their commitment to a deal that includes a second round of $1,200 direct stimulus checks to the American people. Now, some experts say that the death of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, may she rest in peace, and the debate on whether or not to fill her vacancy will make an agreement nearly impossible going forward, as this has been the focus of much political debate. I am honestly very frustrated with the politicians and how they are handling this situation. Again, guys, we have over 200,000 people dead in this country, millions of people unemployed, record unemployment. The focus should be getting a stimulus deal done and getting help to the American people. This is where our priority needs to be right now above everything else. What are you guys' thoughts about the stimulus proposal right now and the status of stimulus negotiations in general? Please leave your feedback below. If you found value in this video, please be sure to hit that like button and share it on your social media platform. It goes a very long way in helping to support and grow the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as I'm posting valuable new information on finance, real estate at least twice a week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.